Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Saturday, the 20th of September 2025. Hope you are keeping well and enjoying your life as best you possibly can, because we only have one, even if we are living through these ridiculous times of like a new dark age or something like that. I was quite annoyed the other day when I do manage to keep up with the news when I'm working. At least the headlines, although I must admit I'm increasingly unwilling to read too much because it just drives me crazy. But I saw a story the other day when Trump was in the UK visiting Starmer and the King, and there was the headline in the Guardian. I can't remember the exact wording, but it was something like Trump takes more aggressive stance over Russia. And I thought, why are you printing this nonsense, Guardian? As much as I like the Guardian, they do come up with some rubbish from time to time, and I thought, this is so ridiculous. You can't be sane-washing Trump's comments. He's not doing anything. He has the ability to do something, take action, but of course he isn't. I'm absolutely convinced that ever since Helsinki, when Trump disappeared with no translator with Putin, they talked about something. I mean, who knows what hold Putin has over Trump? I don't think it's the PP tape. I think it's probably more likely to be financial dealings of money laundering. Remember, Don Jr. said all that stuff about how much money they get from Russia. I really suspect it's money laundering more than anything else. That is his hold over him. I mean, think about how much money Putin has. Reportedly one of the richest people in the world, and he has to launder his money somehow. So I would suspect that that's probably to do with it. Of course, I'm just opining here. I have no evidence to prove such a thing, but it just would fit and feel right. What is going? Why am I mentioning this? Oh yeah, because just a short time ago, 3 Russian fighters, MiG-31s, entered the airspace of Estonia, it is alleged, and NATO had to be scrambled there, and the Russian fighters were flying with their transponders switched off, looking very dodgy. But Putin is pushing all the time. Every single time he's pushing all the time to see how far he can push it. And that's it. And but I thought you ought to hear the comments of the stable genius, right? This is the stable genius's comments about this Russia violating Estonia's airspace. He said, "I don't love it. I don't like when that happens. Could be big trouble." That's it. Those are the words of the stable genius who understands everything, who's playing 4D chess. If you remember that program, Dad's Army, there was it starts Fraser. I used to say, "We're doomed." Well, I think we're doomed with people like that in power. Oh well, never mind. Let's put our heads in the sand and play Sudoku, shall we? That will be more enjoyable, won't it? Let's do that. Let's play our New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzle and get started with one in that square there. And 3 blocking down here and down there. I am recording, aren't I? Yes, I am. Just wondering if I'd got this right. Yes, just seeing that the recording light is on. Well, I believe I've found something unusual. Because it looks to me like, oh no, I'm wrong. Forget that. I didn't. I thought I had seen something, but I had not. That often happens on this channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button and do what people on YouTube often ask you to do. You know, hit the like button, blah blah blah. Thank you very much. We have 9 going upwards and a 9 across there. That'll give us 9 in that square. Do we have a triple? 3, 8 and 6 across here. We've got 3, 8 and 6 in those squares then. Which is which? No idea, but at least we know that this is not 3, 8 or 6. So it is not 3, 8 or 6, so it is 4 and 5. So that will give me 4s over there, but in terms of 5s, no, it will give me 5s in those squares there. I thought, for a second I thought I'd got something. Hang on a second though. We've got, so 5 can only be in one of these two squares, right? But we've got 5 blocking there, 5 blocking there. So that must be our 5. It did give us a number after all. How about that? We also know that 4s are in those squares there. Is that any more help? Not sure yet. But we can at least look along here. Now we know that 4 and 5 are in those squares, so we're left with 1, 7, 9. So of course we know our 9s are over here. A 1 and a 7 there. Is there any more easy stuff before we go around and around? Actually that's a pair. We've got 2 blocking down here. We've got 2 across there and there, right? And I just said we have 4 in those squares and 4 here and 4 blocking there. So that's a pair of 2 and 4. All right, let's hope that gives us something useful. That's 2 and 4. 1 and 9 are along there, so that's 1 and 9. 2 and 4. 6, 7. 6, 8. 8 here. 8 in these 2 squares here. So 8 there and there. Can't see it. No, I've been looking at all kinds of things there. Not just this block, other things as well. I've been searching with my whizzing around eyes like a French surrealist film. And I don't see... I didn't see what I was hoping to see. So I'm going to just... I'll try to... Please try to remember that for me. That's 2 and 4, because you know how forgetful I am. I'm bound to forget that. But anyway, let's just go around and see if we get anything else. I have to keep a watch on the I've just remembered I'm supposed to keep a watch on the time. I've got to be online quite soon. Aha, 5 up here, 5 across there, 5 in one of those squares blocking across, and 5 up here will give me a 5 in that square. 7 across there and 7 down there. Why did I not notice that before? Okay, 1 blocking down here. There's the 1. You've all done that bit way ahead of me, haven't you? I know you have. And there I was, looking at things that I didn't need to be looking at. But, you know, sometimes, especially when you're making these videos, I think making videos on Sudoku much more difficult than just playing it in a kind of relaxed way without worrying about making the video, I think. Right now, let's see. I know that this is 4 and 5. Oh, I can hear the rain. It didn't rain at all yesterday. That was a major news in Thailand. That's 4 and 5, so this is 1 and 9 up here. And we know that this is 2 and 4. 1, 9, 2, 4. So, what's left? 3. No, got 3 already. 1, 9, 2, 4. 6. 6, 7, 8, I guess, is left, right? Still got the 8s there. So that's 7 and 8 then in those squares, because we've got 7 blocking there, 8 blocking there. So that's got to be a 6. I hope I worked that out right. 6 blocks across here. That will give me a 6 in that square there. And we'll be left with 3, 8 there. Yes, that is correct. And that is 4, 5. Okay. All right. A reasonable start, I think. Okay, so a little bit more info we've gathered is that 6 is in those squares and therefore in those squares over there. I notice 7 and 1 are missing from this column, right? But look, we've got 7 and 1 in this row. So this 7 and 1, well, actually we've got 7 blocking there, 7 blocking there. We can put the 7 in that square there. And the 1 blocking here means we can put the 1 there, and then we can get the last number, which is 9, I think. Okay. Now we've got 9 across here and across there. That'll give us 9 in that square. One blocks across here, so 1 must be in one of these 2 squares, which will block all the way up there. And 1 blocking across here and across there will give us 1 in that square. Don't have any completed digits yet. So I believe we have 7 and 9 blocking down here, 7 and 9 blocking down here, and 7 and 9 blocking across there. So we've got ourselves a pair of 7 and 9 in those squares just there. How does that help? Ones are here. Twos are just in those places still. 3 there or there. 5. Okay, so I did say 7 and 9, didn't I? Okay, so we've got 5 blocking across here and down here. So that puts 5 into one of these two squares blocking up there. 5 blocking up there, 5 across there. That means that must be a 5. Now, if we know that this is 7 and 9, we can look at these two squares, can't we, and see that they are 3 and 4, but that doesn't help us. But we know that it's a 3 or a 4. So now I understand 3 is like that. Did I have something else up there? Or am I dreaming? I think I'm dreaming. Oh, right. I think I'm into the tricky bit. Which involves remembering bi-value cells, which I can never do. Let me look at this horrible white square down here again. So I know that's 7, 9, and I know that is 3, 4. So those cells are definitely worked out already. Well, kind of. I mean, the 7, 9, and 3, 4. So we've got 1s in these squares here. We've got 1s over there as well. does it help me in any way? Not much. Okay, what about the 2s? I already know, because we've got 2 blocking up here, so I already know 2 is somewhere down there. Is there any more information I can gather about 2s? I don't know. 3s could be here. Remember, this can be 3, 4, right? So 3 is possible there. 4 also possible here, and not here, but we got those possibilities there. Over here, no, like that over there. Of course I know it's there, but this is no good up here. 5 there. Over there, 5 is like that. Of course we've got 5 there. That's no good. 6 somewhere here. I did have 1s in these squares, so we've got 1 and 6 there. Then 8 is the only other number, so but 8's still possible like that, so I don't see it. So I think that this is a point where I should really turn to pencil marks, because I don't see an easy way forward. So let's do what I know. So I know that this is 7 and 9. And I can see the 4s blocking up there. I'm going to put the 4s in those squares like that. And I'm going to do some other stuff. We've got 1s here like this. We've got 1s in those squares there. What do we know about? Oh, yeah, this was 4 and 5 over here. And this is 3 and 8 in those squares there, and on this side we've got I think 8 and something there, 8 and 7 and 8 in those squares there, and this is 2 and 4. Alright, anything else that I have to do? Of course I've got the 3, 4 like that, I know that already. Let's put the 6s in there first as well, and then let's start doing it bit by bit. Okay, how are we doing? 1 is sorted out. I think 2s. We've got. Oh yeah, of course we've got 2s there. That may be. No, I already said 2 is in there, didn't I? 3 blocking up here and across there like that. So we have a pair of 3s there, and as I said before, 3s are there, and we've got 3s in those squares there. Pair of 5s there. Sixes are up here, as I said before, and there. Seven blocks across there, so there's a pair of 7s in those squares. Maybe this block down here is going to hold some kind of key. I'm not sure. 8. Any help on 8? Not much, I think. And 9. We know 9s are in those squares there, so I think that's the paired stuff. I should sort out this central column, of course. Central shoot, I mean. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. There's something else. 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks up there, so we've got 8 possible in those squares, and I think that's it. 2, 3, 4, 8. Right. Then back down here, 4 blocks like this. So we put 4s possible there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're looking for 8. Oh, so that was a 6. Damn. Like I said, I can't think that. I can't remember that many numbers when it's a completely white area like that. So I think that's a 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I knew it was there somewhere. Okay, we've got our 6 there. Let's get rid of that 6. Now, how does that help us? Well, it puts 6 into those squares because of our 6 blocking across here. And now we have 1, 9, and 6, so we know that has to be a 2. So that's our 2 and that's our 4. And now we're going to have a pair of 4s up there like that, which will also give us 4. Because we can see 4 has to be down here like this. We can see that 4 blocks this square, so that's going to be a 4. And that's going to be a 3. And that's not a 3. That's got to be a 4. So we get out 8 there and 2 there and 3 there. Okay, should we do a bit of housekeeping? I think we might need to. Let's see, 2, 4. There's something missing. Oh, we've got to get rid of the 8 there now. Okay, 2, 4, 5. That's it. Right, looking like it might be quite doable now. Let's go through and check, see where we are. This can't be a 2. Let's get rid of it. Now we've got 2 blocking across here and across there, so that will be our 2. And now we've got 2 blocking down here, and across there. So we'll have a pair of 2s in those squares there. Just keep it nice and neat. 3s are easy to see. 4s are easy to see. But now we've got 4 blocking across there, so that will be our 4. And this will not be a 4. The missing number in this block is 8. Do we know anything about 8s? No, so we'll put it in. And we've got a pair of 7 and 8 there now, so that is going to be a 6. And then that must be our 8, and that will be our 7. There's our 7, there's our 8. And it looks like this is a pair of 1 and 6 down here, so this is a 9. That's our 9 there, that's a 7. Okay, so now we're going to have 7 blocking up here like this and across there. So that is a pair of 3 and 7, which means that that is the 6. And that's not the 6. Let's get rid of you. And that means we have a pair of 6 and 2 down there. And the last number to fill in here is... No. What is the last number? Is it 8? I think it's 8, isn't it? 8 goes there, so that's the 8. That's the 1. 1 down there, there's our 6. 6 in that square, there's a 2, there's a 2 there, 5, and 4. Okay, last number for this row is... can't find you. Oh, you're 5, I think you are. And this is a 7. So 7 in that square there, 3 there, 3, 8. We've got 5 blocking up here. Here's our 5. That's a 4. That's a 4. That's an 8. That's our puzzle over for today. Quite an enjoyable puzzle, really. It's a matter of trying to sort out this one particular block down here, but when it's nude like that, I find it difficult. Okay, thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.